Please subscribe, like and share this video. Thank you for your support.
2 U.S. Code Chapter 30, Operation and Maintenance of Capital Complex. 2 U.S. Code Subchapter 3, Restaurants. 2 U.S. Code Paragraph 2041, House of Representatives Restaurant, Cafeteria, and Food Services. A. Management and duties notwithstanding any other authority with respect to the jurisdiction and control over the management of the house restaurant and the cafeteria and other food service facilities of the House of Representatives, the jurisdiction over such restaurant and facilities and authority over the direction and supervision of the immediate management and operation thereof shall be vested in the Committee on House Oversight, and the immediate management and operation of such restaurant and facilities may be vested in such official or other authority, acting as the agent of the committee, as the committee may designate, and the official or authority so designated shall perform the duties vested in the architect of the Capitol by Section 208 of the First Supplemental Civil Functions Appropriation Act, 1941, 54 Stat. 1056, Public, Number 812, 76th Congress. B. Transfer of accounts, records, supplies, equipment, and assets. The architect of the Capitol is hereby authorized and directed to transfer, as the Committee on House Oversight directs, all accounts, records, supplies, equipment, and assets of the house restaurant and the cafeteria and other food service facilities of the house which are in the possession or under the control of the architect of the Capitol, in order that all such items may be available for the maintenance and operation of the house restaurant under the authority of, and as directed by, the Committee on House Oversight. C. Special Deposit Account. All authority, responsibility, and functions vested in or imposed upon the architect of the Capitol in connection with the Special Deposit Account established by Section 208 of the First Supplemental Civil Functions Appropriation Act, 1941, shall be vested in or imposed upon such other official, authority, or authorities as the Committee on House Oversight may designate. D. Effective date. The provisions of this section shall become effective on the first day of the first calendar month beginning after the date of adoption of this resolution, until otherwise provided by law. 2 U.S. Code Paragraph 2042, Senate Restaurants, Management by Architect of the Capitol. Effective August 1, 1961, the management of the Senate restaurants and all matters connected therewith, heretofore under the direction of the Senate Committee on Rules and Administration, shall be under the direction of the architect of the Capitol under such rules and regulations as the architect may prescribe for the operation and the employment of necessary assistance for the conduct of said restaurants by such business methods as may produce the best results consistent with economical and modern management, subject to the approval of the Senate Committee on Rules and Administration as to matters of general policy, provided that the management of the Senate restaurants by the architect of the Capitol shall cease and the restaurants revert from the jurisdiction of the architect of the Capitol to the jurisdiction of the Senate Committee on Rules and Administration upon adoption by that committee of a resolution ordering such transfer of jurisdiction at any time hereafter. The provisions of Section 5104 C of Title 40, except for the provisions relating to solicitation, shall not apply to any activity carried out pursuant to this section, subject to the approval of such activities by the Committee on Rules and Administration. 2 U.S. Code Paragraph 2043, Authorization and Direction to effectuate purposes of Sections 2042 to 2047 of this title. The architect of the Capitol is authorized and directed to carry into effect for the United States Senate the provisions of Sections 2042 to 2047 of this title and to exercise the authorities contained herein, and any resolution of the Senate amendatory hereof or supplementary thereto hereafter adopted. Such authority and direction shall continue until the United States Senate shall by resolution otherwise order, or until the Senate Committee on Rules and Administration shall by resolution order the restaurants to be returned to the committee's jurisdiction. 2 U.S. Code Paragraph 2044, Special Deposit Account. There is established with the Treasurer of the United States a special deposit account in the name of the architect of the Capitol for the United States Senate restaurants, into which shall be deposited all sums received pursuant to Sections 2042 to 2047 of this title or any amendatory or supplementary resolutions hereafter adopted and from the operations thereunder and from which shall be disbursed the sums necessary in connection with the exercise of the duties required under Sections 2042 to 2047 of this title or any amendatory or supplementary resolutions and the operations thereunder. Any amounts appropriated for fiscal year 1973 and thereafter from the Treasury of the United States, which shall be part of a contingent expenses of the Senate item for the particular fiscal year involved, shall be paid to the architect of the Capitol by the Secretary of the Senate at such times and in such sums as the Senate Committee on Rules and Administration may approve. Any such payment shall be deposited by the architect in full under such special deposit account. 2 U.S. Code Paragraph 2045, Deposits and Disbursements under Special Deposit Account. Deposits and disbursements under such special deposit account 1 shall be made by the architect or, when directed by him, by such employees of the architect as he may designate, and 2 shall be subject to audit by the Government Accountability Office at such times and in such manner as the Comptroller General may direct, provided that payments made by or under the direction of the architect of the Capitol from such special deposit account shall be conclusive upon all officers of the government. 2 U.S. Code Paragraph 2046, bond of architect, assistant architect, and other employees. The architect, assistant architect, and any employees of the architect designated by the architect under Section 2045 of this title shall each give bond in the sum of $5,000 with such surety as the Secretary of the Treasury may approve for the handling of the financial transactions under such special deposit account. 2 U.S. Code Paragraph 2047, Supersedure of prior provisions for maintenance and operation of Senate restaurants. Sections 2042 to 2047 of this title shall supersede any other acts or resolutions heretofore approved for the maintenance and operation of the Senate restaurants, provided, however, that any acts or resolutions now in effect shall again become effective, should the restaurants at any future time revert to the jurisdiction of the Senate Committee on Rules and Administration. 2 U.S. Code Paragraph 2049, Loans for Senate restaurants. A borrowing authority subject to the approval of the Senate Committee on Rules and Administration, the architect of the Capitol shall have authority to borrow and be accountable for, from time to time, from the appropriation account, within the contingent fund of the Senate, for miscellaneous items, such amount as he may determine necessary to carry out the provisions of the joint resolution entitled, Joint Resolution Transferring the Management of the Senate Restaurants to the Architect of the Capitol, and for other purposes, approved July 6, 1961, as amended, 40 U.S.C. 174J1 through 174J8, 2 U.S.C. 2042 et sec. 1. And resolutions of the Senate amendatory thereof or supplementary thereto. B. Amount and period of loan. Voucher. Any such loan authorized pursuant to subsection A of this section shall be for such amount and for such period as the Senate Committee on Rules and Administration shall prescribe, and shall be made by the Secretary of the Senate to the Architect of the Capitol upon a voucher approved by the Chairman of the Senate Committee on Rules and Administration. C. Deposit, credit, and future availability of proceeds from repayment. All proceeds from the repayment of any such loan shall be deposited in the appropriation account, within the contingent fund of the Senate, for miscellaneous items, shall be credited to the fiscal year during which such loan was made, and shall thereafter be available for the same purposes for which the amount loaned was initially appropriated. 2 U.S. Code Paragraph 2050, Transfer of appropriations for management personnel and miscellaneous restaurant expenses to special deposit account. Appropriations under this heading for management personnel and miscellaneous restaurant expenses on and after October 7, 1997, shall be transferred at the beginning of each fiscal year to the special deposit account in the United States Treasury established under Section 2044 of this title, and effective October 1, 1997, all management personnel of the Senate restaurant facilities shall be paid from the special deposit account. Management personnel transferred hereunder shall be paid at the same rates of pay applicable immediately prior to the date of transfer, and annual and sick leave balances shall be credited to leave accounts of such personnel in the Senate restaurants.